You all know what time it is. You're listening to the All Burgundy and Go Errything Commanders pregame show powered by the Urban Sports Scene and Fox Sports Radio 96.9 FM and 1340 AM. Hopewell, Virginia. I'm Wool and I'm joined by my guy, George. The Commanders are home ready to take on the Detroit Lions in the NFC Divisional Round rematch of last season. What's good, George?
We're enjoying the 1:00 games here, and we're kind of interested to see what happens today. See if it might be the catalyst for change or not.
I know, right? Let's put it that way. Waiting on the homie. Hopefully the homie Glenn turns up today for the pregame. If not, it'll be me and George, and we'll have our guest as usual. But real quick, let's knock out some particulars. Subscribe to our podcast on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, iHeartRadio, and other podcast platforms. Just search All Burgundy and Go Errything. Make sure you subscribe to the All Burgundy and Go Errything YouTube channel. If you're in the YouTube chat, we accept super chats. Super chats help us support our show. Each super chat will be prioritized over all comments in the chat. Our pregame show is also streaming live on the Urban Sports Scene X handle as well. All right, here's the rundown. We'll chat with Bowie TV's Commanders reporter Candi Waller. She'll be joining us live from Northwest Stadium. We'll also talk about the keys for a Commanders victory and provide our predictions. And then finally, we'll select our Commanders fantasy football player for the day. All right, live from the press box in Northwest Stadium, we got Bowie TV's Commanders reporter Candi Waller with us. What is going on, Candi?
Hello. How are you all doing?
Welcome, Candi.
What's up, Candi? What is good? Candi, how are the vibes out there at Northwest Stadium?
I mean, the vibes are fine. It's just very busy because of the security. It's high level security today, so that was, interesting. Just extra security getting in. I don't know what it's like I know it's like TSA like screenings for everybody, but of course, where we go in, where players and everybody, the home team players go in. There's definitely more security there. We couldn't go up the normal way, so to speak, to the press box because the owner's suite is right there. So we had to go a little longer.
I forgot that he's there.
Yeah.
Did you get a chance to see him? Did you get a chance to see him?
Nope.
That's what I'm talking about. What's good? What's good, DC Slim? What's good, Paul? What's going on, Mike?
Mike.
DC Slim's like Candi. Yeah.
Hey, hello.
Yeah. We're back blue out of we are back to square one, slot blue out there. All right, so Candi, what are some of the let's just speak football. What's some of the notable actives and inactives?
What's notable? Inactive Jalen Holmes, defensive end Jalen Holmes. Remember, he was released when they brought Robbie Chosen up one of those weeks. All of the weeks are running together now. And then, considering they need pass rush help, that was interesting. All the help they can get. That was pretty interesting. Of course, Jaden's inactive, Terry's inactive, Kane Madrano, yet again, inactive, Brett Scott, and George Fan. Inactive, and then like I said, Jalen Holmes. So whoever isn't on that list, then they're active. I mean, we know that Robbie Chosen was elevated over the weekend, so
interesting. George, you want to go ahead, Candi. Go ahead, Candi.
Going back to linebackers and Kane Madrano being inactive again, I think it is important to note that Ale Cahill then is active.
Okay.
Right. So we're talking, drafted rookie versus undrafted rookie. Clearly, there's been a decision made about who gets that playing time.
I like the way you put that in. Yeah. I mean, performance is everything.
Performance is everything. There's Felix.
Hey, George.
This is of course a lot of the big talk this week has been about Joe Witz now going to the field. Do you think? I mean, and I know you can't watch. They don't let you watch much practice anymore during the season. Do you think that's changed the way this defense is prepared now that he's going to be on the field as opposed to in the booth?
No, I mean, if anything, I not from a preparation perspective, maybe it helped
Mhm.
with game day communication,
Mm-hmm.
perhaps. I mean, we don't, we can try to decipher, or like I say, use our clues to see what are the causes of miscommunication,
Mm-hmm.
right? But if the person making the calls is in your talking to you directly in your face, then you would think there's no miscommunication there, right?
Yeah,
So we'll
yeah.
see, on game day. So if any, I don't think from a preparation perspective, no, because they're all there together. But I think from being able to check boxes of all the reasons for miscommunication,
Mm-hmm.
I think there's a couple that can get checked off if there's still miscommunication. Um, and it looks the same. I don't want to make it seem like it's going to be like it's a difference in a win and a loss. I don't
Yeah.
want to make it sound like that at all. But what I am trying to convey is, let's see if miscommunication is alleviated.
Mm-hmm. Do you feel like it's gonna make a change personally?
I don't, but I mean,
Okay.
I also, you never know.
Yeah, that's true.
You never
Uh,
know. It could,
mhm.
because now that feedback is there consistently, not just from a verbal way, but it shows up on the film and on game
Mhm.
day with just a basic eye test as well. You
Mhm.
know,
How do you feel like personally? Do you feel like how the players responding to that? The defensive players. Do you feel like they're upbeat? Because like they heard the news because this is happening, or you see no change in terms of personality and or energy.
I just feel like everybody, the vibe and the culture is still the same.
Mm-hmm.
The vibe is the same. That is one thing. Like David Harrison and I were talking about earlier. Like the vibe is still the same.
Mm-hmm.
Like I don't know if folks may have seen my post, and I think maybe Donna posted it as well. Maybe John Com. We ran into Jaden Daniels and Terry McLaurin on
Yeah, I saw that.
Friday, and
Yeah, I saw
Donna and I actually like. So I was like, it was a little different with us.
that.
Um, the vibes are there.
Mm-hmm.
This is not like a doom and gloom space we're in,
Mm-hmm.
and because of just their energy, it felt like last year, just for like a moment, just
Mm-hmm.
the energy that they bring, and then you go into the building and the guys are the same way. Like I mean, right after the game, it's going to be a different level of energy. Let me be clear. But
Yeah.
as people, as the week goes on, as I've been there, the vibe hasn't changed. The vibes have not changed at all. So to me, that's encouraging, because this isn't the vibe outside isn't the vibe inside at all.
Gotcha.
Mhm.
Much question for Mike. Mike says, "How tall is Witt? Will he be able to see the field?"
We'll see you in a minute.
That's hilarious. We got one more question from Mike. Also says, "Candy, Candy, if this game is a blowout again this week, because I believe Detroit has a chip on their shoulder about last season, will Witt or Clip or even both survive another week of this?"
I mean, it would have to be like, I mean, I don't see why not.
Yeah.
Because the bye week is after next week. So you might as well just go to Spain and, you know, well, you
You want to just go to Spain?
might as well just go to Spain.
Go to
And
Spain and then leave some people in
then
Spain,
go.
more
I don't
like.
know. I mean, yeah. This is the revenge tour that I was talking about last year. This
Sure
is the
did.
revenge
You
tour that
did.
I
You
have been talking
did.
about since the season ended. This is all it is. This is
Yeah.
something I've now been talking about for
You
ever
said
since the Commanders
Chicago.
lost.
She said
Yep.
Chicago was a revenge game. Atlanta was a revenge game. You had a couple. You're right.
And
This
this
be for
one,
you. This
that's
one
it.
now. Yeah, you're right.
Division games are always tough.
Yeah, you're
Um,
right.
the Eagles got their revenge game in the NFC Championship after what
Hmm.
happened, last December at Northwest.
Yeah,
Mhm.
So
you're right.
this is the last of the revenge tour, and I'm sure they will make it, the headliner
Yeah.
of the revenge tour. So I don't know why anybody should expect anything less than that from the Detroit Lions today.
I am.
George, you was someone to say, go ahead. Go ahead, George.
Yeah, I'm so happy that Chris Rodriguez is a captain today. I hope that means he's going to get some burn, get some opportunities to run this football today. Because I imagine a lot of people are thinking the same thing, and you're thinking the same thing, that only chance to win this game today is to run the football and control the clock.
Yeah, I mean, and hey, look, It doesn't matter, and I've been saying that. It could be whomever you like, just whoever gets the hot hand. Do your thing.
Yes.
As long as it's running the football. Now, what's interesting, right, from an offensive line perspective, I'm like, oh, Trent and George are out. Okay. So that just lets me, it's giving me a little bit more detail about the blocking abilities from a run game perspective. But hey, stick to the run.
Mm-hmm. No, you can't. His question, Candi, is JCM on the bench today?
No, he never on the bench.
Yeah.
None of the three running backs are ever on the bench.
Mm-hmm. Let's see, we got here. So Candi, who do you feel like? I mean, obviously, we saw a little bit of Treylon Burks, a little bit last week. Robbie the chosen one, I guess, is active, is active as well. We know Terry's out, Debo getting healthy, So and there's no Jaden out there. So for Marcus Mariota, how is this wide receiver core, and Lucas out as well? How's this wide receiver core looking going into this big game against the Detroit Lions?
Like nobody knows. Nobody knows. I mean, I have just never been this carefree in my life. Maybe it's because I've packed already for Spain, and so I'm ready to go. I'm packed.
Candy's already in Madrid.
She's already
ready for her.
There you go. I'm already in Madrid.
Hold on. Hey, Mama Waller.
Yes. Hey, Mom.
Hi, Mama Waller. Hi, Mrs. Waller.
Everybody say hi. Everybody say hi to Mama Waller.
Yes,
make sure y'all
say hi to Mama Waller.
Everybody say hi to Mama Waller.
Yes, I'm already in Madrid, and it was so funny before I left out the house. I said, "Oh, my binoculars are packed, and I'm not going to get them out of the bag, so I'm just here, definitely, so I don't get fined." Yeah. So I don't know. I mean, I'm gonna make notes and do all those things, but I'm in Madrid, and I was kind of like, Lord, like Jesus be a sangria, because
she's ready for her siesta,
all the things, because I'm like
late night coffee for La Marcha and all that good stuff.
So yeah, but I don't know what to do. We're gonna see from the wide receiver. We're gonna see. That's all I got for y'all with the wide receiver group. It's just, this is tough for everybody, right? This is really tough for everyone. I feel like the team is probably taking it better than all the rest of us are, because it's. Who would have thought that in week 10 you would have asked me a question about the wide receivers, and I was like, you know what? I don't know. Because I have an answer to that. I don't know what to tell you. So it's just, and it's just tough. I mean, Debo's still dealing with a heel injury. Jalen Lane has had his challenges with catching the football, keeping protecting the football. Yeah. And then it's like Treylon Burks and Robbie Chosen, and you're like, I don't know. So.
Wishful thinking.
This is a day for running backs to catch the ball, and for more than just Zach Ertz in the pattern, 2 tight ends. I know they're not going to do it, but this is a day for that, considering who we've got at wide receiver.
And I'm going to assume, unless I'm tripping, it's Colson. Colson must be back. I'm sorry, I should have mentioned that earlier.
Yeah.
Colson must be back. Colson Yanko, which is good. From an extension of the, back to the point about the offensive line, that's good from his blocking ability perspective, because they're going to need all the help they can get with this Lions defensive front, and they just going to need help. I mean, maybe I just kind of said that, didn't even think about it for a second, but it's the truth. So I feel good about saying it out loud.
That had to be a big subject too. The fact that we didn't have to face Aiden Hutchinson in the playoffs, and now you got him, and you know what a monster he is. I mean, what a challenge for these offensive linemen today.
Yes. And it's just, not that I ever had this as a day, a game that was winnable, even if everybody was healthy, because this was a revenge tour game. Now, this was definitely one of the revenge tour games that I said, they could win that game. Or I didn't say that for this one. I did think fully healthy, they could have won the other 2.
Yeah.
But this one was never, no. So and quite frankly, not only with with Aiden Hutchinson and other players who are injured who are playing today, you're talking about a pissed off Dan Campbell.
Yeah, that's true.
They were the number 1 seed.
Yeah.
They did a lot of
He was
preparation.
crying after the game.
Took a bye. You made that man cry. You insane? Oh, so yeah. Ooh.
They didn't make him cry. That's wild. So hold on. Mike said, what did Mike say? I would like to see. Mike said I would like to see McGee named today more than Wagner. Is that a thing? Like, is McGee gonna get that type of
more
action? Yeah, more than Bobby. Is that a thing?
So here's the reality. I'm not real sure. I mean, he can do either. So for example, if Frankie wasn't going to play today because of the suspension, Jordan would have taken Frankie's spot.
Yeah, which I would have been cool with. I ain't gonna lie. Which I would have been cool with.
So
I personally would have been cool with.
I feel like energy is directed in the incorrect places, and I think
I'm with you.
When it's like,
I'm with you.
Here's the thing: you only want to see changes in places where it's going to matter.
Yes.
Where the output and the result and the tangible output is going to be different.
I agree.
So if it's not different, then you really got to exert that energy to another data point. I hope that makes sense. I know I was talking very I get you. Vaguely there, but it's not. What is that going to do? Nothing. Yeah. Not if they're trying to win the football game, and that's no shade to either one of them.
Yeah.
You feel what I'm saying? It's probably more shade than to somebody else, but it's the result is going to be the same if the call is still the same, regardless of who's in the spot.
I do have a question about having Frankie not avoid a suspension. How important was that for this defense going into this game to have Frankie out there?
It's huge because they're still trying to win.
Yeah.
You have to put yourself in a mindset of you're not trying to lose. Putting all the rookies out there unless they don't care anymore. The season is over. They're right. Yeah. So that's not what they're trying to convey. Yeah. Now, do I have concerns about Frankie overall? Absolutely. Everybody talking about Bobby shit. Hell, excuse my language, Lord, my mother watching. I don't even care. I'm over there. I'm more concerned about Frankie than Bobby because now, because of what happened with these hip drop tackles, Frankie's going to get targeted. Mm-hmm. He is going to get targeted, and I'm going to tell you why else. He's going to get targeted because none of those hip drop tackles were ever flagged in the game.
Yeah.
So now there's going to be an overwatch of Frankie and what he's doing, and that's concerning. That is super.
They never flagged in the game. That's the other thing. Other people have been getting fined, and they're never flagged in the game.
Yeah, Frankie was never flagged, and so the fact that he got that $46,000 fine, then got a 1-game suspension, had to appeal it, right? You know what I mean? You're in trouble. You're in trouble right now, and so my mother's like, okay, now I was like,
I see her typing.
It's like
she got Mama Wall. She got real emotional, Mama Wall. That's what it is.
Yeah,
she got real emotional.
Because that Frankie thing, that's a real thing. That Frankie thing is a very serious thing.
Yeah,
and once you get, 1-game suspension, it was never even flagged. That's deep. That's deep. And Frankie had a meeting with the league. Was that Thursday to kind of understand? But it's like, hey man, if you're used to playing a certain way, and I don't know. And so it's going to be difficult to unwire that because I think that's just how he plays. So, many others as well. But I'm saying somehow he's become now the poster child for hip drop tackle. But I promise you, I've seen it in other games.
Yeah, definitely.
But somehow it's been Frankie now has become the look and the example of it. So that's going to be tough. It's going to be tough on an already struggling defense.
What's the belief in Marcus Mariota in this game? You know what I mean?
I was like, I'm down there. I'm fine. I'm actually very relaxed. That's why I ended up slipping up like that. Oh.
Yeah, she said, Mama Wall, she's a little too relaxed. That's what you're trying to tell you, Mama Wall. She's a little too relaxed.
Yeah, I'm a little too relaxed. Like, hey.
Yeah, but Marcus in this game. What's the faith in Marcus?
I mean, I asked Coach Quinn about the quarterback room overall. That was on Friday.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, it's a lot of a belief. They're just a team that has belief. They're just a team that has belief. They just do. No matter who you talk to, no matter what, they just believe. And so I think they're just as confident as in Marcus as they are in Jaden, or so hopefully he stays healthy.
That's the thing. Yeah.
At this point, it's kind of like, hey, whoever's left, just let everybody stay healthy.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Candi,
the mink is away. The mink is away.
You're going to answer next season.
I put the mink up after week 7.
Oh, George, you got something you want to ask Candi?
I got another thing to wear on Christmas. It won't be me.
I mean, we're looking at a team that's lost by 3 touchdowns, 3 games in a row, which is a rare occurrence in the history of the NFL. And if they were to do it a 4th time in a row, I think it would be the first time that's ever happened. And we know they've been competitive in spots, but I mean, are they capable of putting a 60-minute game together at this point? Because it doesn't look like it.
I don't. I mean, we haven't seen them do it. Week 10 in November is difficult, very difficult, especially when you're down players to now, due to injury, now say, can they put a 60-minute game together? In week 10, with a not healthy roster. So I think that we saw probably the best half of football you're going to get from the defense in Kansas City in that first half. That was the best half.
That's right.
And I think that was all that they had right there. And so we'll see. We'll also see what different energy Joe Witt brings. Like seriously, because at this point, you kind of look at games, and I think we might have talked about this a little bit last week, where it's like at this point now everybody's playing for a job, right? Everybody's coaching for a job as well, because if anybody was interviewing for a job at this point in the season, I don't know who's going to hire them. This film doesn't look all that good. Doesn't look like you want to hire, even with the injuries. Doesn't look like somebody I would want to hire, right? So now is the time you got to really be thinking about you got to think about the team, yes, but hey, the team doing well is you doing well, and your role in your position, and so everybody's got to bring it. Listen, much like the game last week. The Washington Commanders can do everything right today and still lose. They could have had a fully healthy roster today and did everything right today and still lose, because the Detroit Lions are that good. Now, everybody said that back in January too. Nobody had them winning that football game.
It's true.
There was a couple people, you know what I'm saying? Right. But nobody had them winning that football game. But you had a very healthy roster, right? That was just better at being underdogs, because it was more fun when they were like, off the peekaboo, for Terry McLaurin. Like, hey, it was actually kind of fun. But now it's like, it's almost unfair to have any expectations of them because of the injuries. And we've been really diving deep into that of you could be ready, but if you don't have the personnel to get the job done, it's almost impossible and unfair from an offense's perspective to expect this offense to do what Jaden and Terry could do. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
it's just unfair. And so you got to watch the game from a different lens of just understanding the full picture. But that doesn't mean from a coaching or scheming perspective, you can't put your best foot forward and try. That doesn't mean that missed tackles are acceptable. That doesn't mean that blown coverages are acceptable. That's not what I'm saying. What I am saying, though, is you can't expect your practice squad players to play just as good or better than your starters.
True. True.
You just can't expect that.
So, Candi, what are your clues? You know what I'm saying? We gotta use our clues, right? So, what are your clues for today? What are your clues? What should we be looking for?
I was pretty spot on last week.
Yeah, you were.
I pretty much am, but last week I was in rare form. I had to admit it. I think this feels a little bit different. I could be completely wrong, but you remember last week I said make sure you want to see a difference between aggression and desperation. We started talking about aggression and desperation. I'm not feeling a sense of desperation today. But what you do want to look for is effort. You want to look for effort. Another thing that is it just keeps flying under the radar, and I don't want it to anymore, and that is the return game. The return game has not been the same since Debo was taken out of the return game because he had to do more offensive snaps, and now with Luke being out, Jalen Lane has not performed to where we thought he would be at this point in the season.
Yeah.
And they need all the help they can get on starting field position. So there needs to be very keen eyes on him from a return perspective. I'm not even talking about from a wide receiver perspective. And the reason why I'm not talking about him from a wide receiver perspective is because technically he wasn't even supposed to be in there.
Yeah.
At this point in time, you got a fully healthy roster. He's not getting on the field for offensive snaps. His primary role is a returner. And so let's see what happens there. Yeah. And so with him in the return game, because starting field position is so key. Yeah. Run game. You know, you think about, okay, you started out, you won the coin toss last week, and you chose to receive, and you never do that. That was never even a part of your identity. So at that point, I didn't take that as aggression. I took that as desperation. Because why would you even do that? Okay, that's not even a part of your identity. You always defer. So how? You about to score right now with who? On what opening drive? This one? Why you pick today? That's what I was thinking. I was like, this is gonna be a disaster. It's literally what I said. Because now I feel like I know you more than you know yourself, and that should not be the case ever. And first 7 plays, all pass plays. Why? Run the football. Make them stop it. Like literally, make them stop it.
Been kind of preaching.
What else do you have? You don't have anybody else. That is your most serviceable group. That is the group that if you really go all the way back to preseason, that's the group that you highlighted the most out of all of them. Okay, this is why you traded Brian Robinson Jr. because you were so happy with your group. Okay, use them, please. On defense, hey, look, I'm gonna give the same advice I gave divisional round. Now we know it's gonna look very, very different. But hey, if you want a shot, you got to get to Jared Goff. Don't have him sit in the pocket like you did Sam Darnold last week. Sam Darnold was back there chilling. Don't do that. So you're really gonna have to if you want a shot. But hey, look, Jared Goff's gonna be mad too. Everybody over there is mad. I do know that. Y'all want to know the vibe that I know for a fact? The Lions mad, and they don't care about who hurt. They don't care. It doesn't matter. They go to work, and I ain't mad at them. I would do it too, because I get it. Because you have to remember last year, even with the 5 turnovers, I think Detroit still scored like 31 points.
Oh, they scored like crazy. Yeah.
It's because Jahmyr Gibbs was eating us up until they quit giving him the ball.
Yeah, they definitely.
So with 5 turnovers, they still scored 30 plus points.
That's right.
So, unless Marcus is able to get in the shootout somehow, but everybody needs to protect the football.
Mhm.
And this is just it's a get my lick back game for sure.
Definitely.
And that's probably why my binoculars are packed away. And I'm sitting here drinking this tea. Like I ain't got nowhere I gotta go. And I forgot to even post earlier. I was like, oh yeah, I'm doing a show at 3. That's right.
Oh
She's ready
man,
for Madrid.
I was
She's
like,
ready.
oh,
she got no.
hello.
She's informed. Man.
Everyone's
Madrid
like,
form.
Kitty, you walking around like you're gliding. I was like, I am.
Nah, she's in the Madrid form. That's what we're gonna call it. We're gonna call it Madrid form.
Mhm.
Hey, Candy, we appreciate you being on and joining us. Before you leave, can you let folks know how they can catch your content on Bowie TV and also catch you on social media as well?
You all can catch me on X at CWall SE. Um, go follow Bowie TV Sports on all platforms and Bowie TV as well. Make sure you're subscribed to Bowie TV on YouTube. If you are in Prince George's County and you have not cut your cable, you can find Bowie TV on channels 190, 190, and 1097. So 1097. So, Commanders fans, just try to enjoy your day.
Yeah.
That's what I'm gonna tell you. Just try. I'm gonna say
And can
enjoy
I
the
just
day. I'm
add?
gonna say enjoy the day. Enjoy
Can
your
I
day.
just add the Candy and Wole collaboration on Tuesday night is one of the best shows in Commanders YouTube anytime in the week.
Perfect.
If you don't watch it live, watch it later. It's a great show.
Thank you so
Thank
much,
you.
George. Did we tell people that I'm going to do it tonight? Because
We're
I'm
doing it
not.
tonight. Yeah, we're
Yeah,
doing
we're
it
doing it
tonight.
tonight at 9.
9:30.
9:30. That's right. That's
Yeah,
right.
9:30. We'll
Thank
do
you
it
for that.
after. So we'll
9.
talk about it. Yeah, we'll do it after because I'm doing the we're gonna do the pregame for Auburn and Glory. I mean post game, and then after that I'm gonna jump on. We're gonna do another one. So
Yes,
I'll be on.
that's
I'll be
right.
on a lot. I'll be on a lot. Y'all see me a lot
Well,
today.
they're gonna be on the show. That's why I introduce him the way I do. The person he does all the Commanders stuff, content. So, and that's so people are like, you're looking forward to my questions post game. Hey, I might be in my car. I might be gone. Like, you know what, everybody, goodbye. See y'all in a day. But I might go over to the Lions. I don't know what I'm gonna do.
I might go to the line side and see what they guys say. You gonna go to the line side for real and see what they gonna say?
How mad were you? It's like I already know the answer to that question. But, I don't know what I'm gonna do. It's really like they troubles, and so we'll just
overtime. You ain't lying.
I should not have this attitude. Hey, listen, on the bright side, if something miraculous happens today, I would be wrong. And then everybody could talk bad and be like, look how wrong you were. And I'd be like, yep. And then I was. And
That'd be miraculous today if that would have happened.
Yeah. You never know, but that's not no. But if it did, then everybody could be mad at me or whatever they would like to be, and then everybody know how wrong I was. But everybody else would be happy. Everybody else be happy. So maybe y'all will be happy by the time of the show tonight at 9:30.
Oh, hopefully we hoping that. We hoping everybody happy. We want everybody happy. That's what I'm getting. I'm hoping for some upset. I'm hoping for upset. All right, well, Candy, I'll be seeing you later. So
I will see you all later. Hopefully, George, I'll see you online, and hopefully see everybody online later. We'll be using our clues and diving into clips. So
yeah, we'll be diving into clips. Definitely.
All right. See you guys. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Candy.
Bye.
Man, the great Candy Waller, Bowie TV, Commanders.
I know what my one word will probably be after this game. It'll be resigned. That's resigned to our fate.
So George, going to this game, bro. What's your first of all, let's dive into some of the things that Candy talked about. Joe Witt Jr. We talked about a little bit, but moving from the press box down to the field, she doesn't believe there isn't going to be any change in this game. Do you feel like there is a possible spark to start this game with all that?
I mean, I guess in one sense, even if it's performative, at least it's something different. And who knows? It's like she says, maybe they'll surprise us all and actually be a little bit better in terms of the communication and in terms of producing what they need to produce. But honestly, it felt like that was a performative thing to kind of shut down all the criticism, because let's face it, the questions have been, we finally be getting the tough questions in these press conferences from people other than Candi Waller about this, because every one of us have been screaming about, Joe Witt and his defense for how long. So I hope it makes a change. I don't know though. I'm not too sure at this point, because again, you're dealing with a fairly healthy Detroit team on offense. They've had a few injuries, but not a lot. Their offensive line was struggling at the start of the year because they had that, was it Ragnow retired, and they had another guy leave or get hurt or something like that. But they seemed like they had their stuff together, except for, somehow they lost to Minnesota at home last week, which I'm still kind of buffaloed as to how that happened.
They lost to JJ. That's what it is.
No, McCall, I mean, and he ain't cooking today, but yeah, JJ cooked him last week.
I mean, JJ ain't playing bad. He's playing against the. I mean that's a whole different thing. But anyway, yeah, but
the Ravens' defense usually stinks, so it's not.
Oh, the last 3 weeks they've been good. I'm gonna get Ravens with that. After the bye, they've been better. The last 3 after they won, they've been good. They've been good the last 3 games. They luckily, but for them, that's a whole different topic though. But go ahead.
Yeah, but it's like Detroit. I mean, she's right. I mean, when she said they're mad, they're not just mad because of what happened last January. They're mad because of what happened last week. That was a killer loss for them. Yeah. When you look at what they're trying to do, winning this division, trying to get a top seed again, that loss is going to hurt bad. Losing to Minnesota at home, especially after you beat their brains in last year with the number 1 seed on the line. I mean, so I'll be surprised if Washington keeps them under 30 today. That would almost be a victory, in my opinion, if they did that.
Man, I agree with you. That's what I'm saying. Like, my whole thing, like, we'll get into it, but like, well, first off, we'll get into what I want from this game. I guess I can't dive into it. What I want is I just want this team to compete. When we look at what happened the last 2 weeks of this bad run, is that the Kansas City game, they competed in the first half, right? But after that, they weren't competing anymore. Like, they weren't competing. And against what we saw against the Seahawks, they didn't compete at all. You know what I mean? They didn't compete at all. Because the Cowboys, they didn't compete at all. We just want to see them compete, man. Like, just play at a level of like competition. Like, you will want. That's all I'm saying. Like, you're playing hard enough to be in the game. Sometimes it ain't even in an NFL game. You can be in a game just out of sheer will. Like, I'm not saying you're going to win, you know what I mean? By the sheer will, you are able to compete in the game. That's all we want. Sheer will. Like, we don't want, like, if you're going to mess up playing at the height, like putting the most effort into it. You know what I mean? Like, skill is skill, but if you're going to mess up to a point where you're putting so much effort into that play. You know what I mean? And I think if you do that, you'll be competitive in the game. If you don't do that, we'll see what we've been seeing. 30, 40, something like that.
By the way, Drake May's frying down here in Tampa today. Because I know you got a Drake May agenda. I know you like that.
I mean, I ain't saying nothing, man. You know.
No, I know. Gotta give you your flowers when I gotta give you flowers whenever I can.
I'm gonna say nothing, man. I ain't saying nothing. I'm gonna let that man speak for himself. Go ahead with you. But
you know what? That really is it, because losing 3 games in a row by 3 touchdowns or more.
That's different.
That is. I mean, there's nowhere to hide. And imagine it happens a 4th time.
Yeah.
I mean, at that point, how can you not make changes? Even if Candy's right, and she is right about, well, they might as well just roll to Spain and then do it.
Yeah.
I mean, you imagine what it's going to be like in Commanders land, with fans, with press, with TV and radio. You're staring at 4 3-touchdown losses in a row. I mean, I can't say you'll never come back from that, but it's hard to come back from that, because at that point, it looks like you're quitting.
Yeah, I agree with Taj.
As somebody that's been following that game all day for eliminator pool reasons, that's it. The Saints are terrible. They got Tyler Shuck at quarterback.
Yes.
They don't have any talent except for Olave and Kamara on offense, and they're about to beat a team that's in the playoff hunt. So it's like, if they can be competitive, what's your excuse? Them, the Jets, The Jets just traded away everybody. They're competitive.
The Giants are
And this
competitive.
is-
The Giants are competitive. Like they
Yeah,
lost.
Giants about
They
to win in
lost.
Chicago. They messed this up.
Yeah, like they had neighbor. They lost neighbors and whatnot. And look how competitive. And they go with a rookie quarterback. And then their quarterback went down. Like what's name just went down. Dart is out. So in this game,
Really, I didn't even see that.
In this game, Russell's been, unless he came back, Russell's been playing. In the game, he was playing earlier.
I thought Dart must have come back. I thought Dart had come back, but maybe you're right. I mean, either way, the point is there is no excuse for 3 weeks in a row getting your doors blown off and only being competitive in 2 quarters out of 12, basically. Yeah. So, I mean, you hope that – I mean, that's the other thing I find strange when you ask Candi about the vibes, and it's like the vibes inside are better than the vibes outside. And it's like, you don't want this team to panic. But how in the world can the vibes be good when you're 3-6 and you've lost 4 games in a row, and in 3 of them you've gotten your tail totally kicked?
Bro,
that is hard for me to understand that.
That's where I'm at. Like when you look at it, that's what my issue is like, well, not issue. I just want to know how they feeling. Like, because obviously the fan base is in a whole different thought process than what I keep hearing from the players and whatnot. Like, Candi and company, they've always said like everybody's the same. Like, they're still upbeat. I'm like, okay, they're still upbeat and they're still the same. Well, we're gonna have to see. Let's see how it pans out. But it is what it is with this unit. We'll see. I would like a sense of urgency, and I'm not saying they're not saying they don't have a sense of urgency, but I would like to see that energy on the football field. Like, I want to see that sense of urgency on the football field. I want to see that sense of urgency with the play calling. That's what I want to see in this game. But so, George, who do you believe is going to be if the Commanders do win this game, who would be your X factor? Well, for them to win this game or to compete, who would be your X factor?
I think my X factor is got to be the running back room, because it's like Candi says, all the way back in camp, you had Cliff Kingsbury coming out here saying we got 5 or 6 running backs that are NFL level in quality, and we're going to have to make some hard choices. And they made some hard choices. They shipped off Brian Robinson, who was your starting running back the last 2 years.
Yeah.
So that was a pretty big statement. And at least early in the season, you could see all these running backs are producing. McNichols, Krosky Merritt, and when C-Rod would get a chance, he would produce. And now here we are, and we haven't been doing it in this losing streak. And it's clearly one of the reasons why this team is losing. There's no question about it. So, again, we've been talking about it all week. It feels like we've been talking about it for weeks. Lean on this running game, no matter who's at wide receiver. And we were saying it when Terry McLaurin was playing. Lean on this running game. That's got to be the X factor. And converting third downs, just because you got to move these chains today. We can't be having 3 and outs against this Detroit offense, or we're in real trouble.
Yeah, I agree. That's the problem. We don't need upbeat. We need players. You are mad and tired of losing. Yeah, not so. I don't know what. I'm not gonna read that. I need you to put. Look, Mike. I need you to put stuff in the chat that's real.
But Paul, you know what?
Paul's right.
That is the question.
Yeah, Paul's right.
That is really the question, though. Is there anybody that can get mad and can cuss a team out and rip into some people and get a response? Because, we talked about it. We have talked about it at times about this locker room, that there are a lot of good guys in this locker room. There are a lot of guys that you can count on. But you probably do need a few guys that are kind of on the edge, and a few dogs, and a few guys that are going to say some crazy bleep, but now it might fire some people up or get people to change their tune. And we're not getting that. We haven't been getting that, and it looks like a team that's kind of satisfied with itself, or is just kind of resigned to what their fate is.
Totally agree. Burks, yeah, okay. Burks will play well. Thank you. Thank you for.
I agree with that.
Man, I hope he does, man.
I like what he produced last week.
If he can play well, that's going to be a good thing down the road. Then that's another win for Adam Peters. If he can play well down the stretch, that will be a win. We can kind of talk about Adam Peters' acquisition like that in a different light. You know what I mean? Like that's what I would say. If he can play well, if not, then that's a whole different. I think he had a concussion. I think I was talking about Dart. I think Dart had a concussion. That's why I think that's why he's out.
Oh wow.
Yeah. What we have, but yeah, I think if we can do all of that, like I think we can be, competitive. But anyway, what are your keys for Commanders overall? What are your keys for Commanders victory? What do they need to do to win the game?
Well, they've got to do some of what they did in January, and one of the things they did do was get in Jared Goff's face and force him into mistakes. They moved him off the spot a lot in that game. They had him scrambling, they had him running, and you think about that Quan Martin interception. He had a guy right in his grill, and then of course he got whacked on the return, which I really enjoyed. But that's what you have to do is. Jared Goff, if you can get to him, will make mistakes. He will give you chances to get turnovers, but you have to get your hands on him. You have to get in his face. You got to make him have happy feet. And if you don't do that, that's where you're going to have an issue.
I'm watching this game, y'all. I ain't gonna lie to y'all. Maybe we should be happy we don't have Zacchaeus anymore. This dude done dropped like 4 passes already. Oh. He is like sometimes he's missed at times because he was good for Jaden.
This is the Zacchaeus that the Wole was disowning.
This is the one, bro. Like this dude, I'm watching this game. This dude dropping like everything. Like he dropping 30-yard passes, touchdown passes. This is wild to me. Like I see why they didn't re-sign him, and sometimes I'm like, maybe they should have re-signed him. But this is nasty work. It's so bad that we talk about Moore. Like Moore is better than this crap. Like Moore maybe better than the crap I'm watching.
That is actually true.
Yeah, for real. Like I'm not gonna lie to you. The stuff I'm watching on TV is horrible. All right, yeah, dog. Like does he hit so many? Yeah, drops for days. This is crazy. All right, so for me, my keys to victory: just run the football, man. Like, and I don't want to see. I'm glad that Chris Rodriguez was named the captain. It gives me hope. I want to see a lot of Chris Rodriguez. Like, I want to see Chris Rodriguez. It's not about being an agenda. I just want them to do what we need them to do. Run the football, win the time of possession, keep Jared Goff off the football field, and I think and we'll have an opportunity to win the game. You know what I mean? It's not about, again, it's not about who I like as a running back or this, that, and the other. It's like I know from watching this team is like spread this thing out. Rodriguez, Bill and McNichols. Run all of them, man. Like I want split carries to a point where all of them are used equally. Like I don't want it in a situation where they're not used equally. I want it all to a point where they are used equally. And if they use equally, I feel good. Like I want it all to be equal use. Not like, because we put too much pressure on Bill to be spectacular. You can see it's weighing on him. Mike, you said, what did Mike say? My man Mike said I didn't mention his keys. Mike, because I didn't say keys. You're early with your keys. I didn't ask for keys that early. Like, geez, Mike, you're mad at me and stuff. That acting like I actually like. He was like, "Where you didn't mention my keys, Wole." Mike, keys. That was there. Like, let me get there. Here you go. 3 keys up to winning for Washington. Detroit plane is delayed, and they all joke time. TSA agents don't show up. We don't call plays. Look, you know what I'm saying? Look, and then you all on joke time with it. Here go Taj, man. Taj, I like yours. Keys to a victory. Less is more. Lattimore is not playing. Mikey is back outside. Hopefully, Mikey's back outside. Coach was real vague about that. I'm like, you better have Mikey outside. Knee lane is make us presence felt. Knee lane to make his presence felt in a good way. Need Marcus to be steady. Run the ball. This is Glenn. What's going on? Glenn says run the ball. No turnovers. Yeah, glad to have you back, Glenn. Thank you for your comments. We needed
yes,
you.
Glenn.
Ertz has been average this season from Santiago. DC Slim says, why do you expect anything different? Look, man, I got hope.
Well, we didn't say we were expecting anything
different.
I
ain't expecting anything, but I ain't gonna lie, man.
We're not gonna outkick the coverage here, Slim. We got predictions yet to do, and I think you'll find the predictions more sensible, shall we say.
Oh, I'm picking the Commanders. I ain't gonna lie to you. I'm back. This picking the ops thing ain't working. With you know what I'm saying? Yeah, Glenn with one. Yeah, Glenn with one. And yeah, that's what. Not yes, more. You say it's Glenn with one. Like y'all putting two. I don't know why y'all be doing that. All right, Sandy need C-Rod and keep the chains moving. I agree with this as well. So yes, I mean those are my keys. But my expectations. Man, I expect C-Rod to I expect C-Rod to show out, man. I do expect C-Rod to show out, man. And I do. My expectations is we're going to be competitive in this game. Don't tell me why I feel it. I just feel it in my core. And we do. And typically, real talk. I mean, I know it ain't. I know it's not. The Detroit Lions of the past, but we typically play Detroit pretty well. So, in the past. So.
Mm-hmm.
So and then we weren't expected, even with all the injuries, we weren't expected to beat them in the postseason last year.
That's true.
So we have a knack for shocking the world. So let's do it again.
It would be a shock today.
Yeah, I know. I mean, Vegas folks, everybody would be upset. They would be like, "What's happening?" Keys. Paul says keys to a victory. Lions must have at least 3 turnovers. We run over 100 yards. I agree. I think Mariota going to shot folk too. Payne is the guy getting the team high right now. He's going hard even in the warmups. Okay, thank you. Because Todd is at the game. Appreciate that. Todd is actually at the game watching it. He's at the game. So Todd's pulled up and he watching the game. That's why Todd, you're a real one, buddy. You're a real one.
That's right.
Also,
and good because Payne getting in on the quarterback. We're going to need some of that today.
Hey man, yeah, I know. Also, special teams must create short fields. Agreed.
Yeah.
Lane got to be big too, man. I'm hoping Lane can give back to being what we all thought he would be, man. Salute, man. Appreciate you, Taj. I'm hoping that he gets his confidence back. So this is the game. I think that we need that. We need that from Lane. So let's get predictions, George. Let's get into it. You want to talking about expectations and whatnot. You're telling DC Slim. There, hold up. We don't got that much faith. Go ahead, George. Tell them the lack of faith you have for this organization and team today.
Detroit 42, Washington 17. This is going to be ugly.
My man George said they're going to put BTA to the Commanders.
I'm afraid so. I'm afraid we're looking at a 4th consecutive L by at least 21 points, which again, I understand where Candy's coming from about there ain't no point in making changes before the bye, but if it's something like that today and it's 4 games in a row, because that won't be the number 1 headline tomorrow on all the NFL shows, but it won't be far off because I'm pretty sure somebody else tweeted it out that it's never been done before. I'm pretty sure that's never happened that somebody's lost 20 by 21 points 4 games in a row.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with, for me, let's see what's gonna be mine. I'm picking the Commanders to win because that's just who I am.
Commanders,
Commanders 30 to 27.
Oh,
you know
I
what I'm
would
saying?
be so happy.
And if I was right, and if I'm right, y'all gotta come back. Y'all gonna be like, dang, man, appreciate you, Wole. You know what I'm saying?
That's right.
And then I'll be like, yeah, I appreciate y'all for believing in me and for my picks. You know what I'm saying? Like, thank you. But yeah, that's what I got. Oh, Taj, 2018, Washington.
Wow.
We were talking together, friend. And
I'll tell you what, Taj, if they hold Detroit to 18 points, that would be miraculous.
My man Taj told me this. He said every time he go to the home game, they're 3-0. He's there at the game. He at the game. You are too much foo-foo. I had too much foo-foo.
You see what Michael picked, didn't you?
Huh?
You see what Michael Underwood picked?
I saw.
You think
52 to he had 52 there, 52 to 30. And yeah, Travion just took us to the house again. I wanted Travion Henderson. I wanted Travion Henderson. Another house call. That's 2 house calls. I wanted Travion.
Let's hear it for Hopewell, baby. Hopewell in the house.
No, who wanted Travion Henderson, George? Who wanted Travion Henderson?
All right, listen. I've been happy with Travion Henderson, so don't tell me.
Hey,
don't
Paul,
tell me.
Who did it right now, Paul, right? Let
me tell you, he's cooked today, which shows you they shouldn't have been splitting the carries with that other dude. They should have been giving him the ball all year. And Drake May's cooking today. And Drake May's been cooking today, except for one bad throw in the end zone.
Look, but George, right? Look, should have been playing. Like the only reason people were like, why when Trayvon's stats saying like that? And I was like, you know why? Because he was splitting carries.
Yeah.
He wasn't even getting the most carries on the team. The most carries were still going.
Oh, yeah. And when he was at Ohio State, it was the same thing. He was like, it was running back by committee there. Granted, they had amazing running backs.
They had Junkins and whatever. Yeah. So,
yeah, exactly. Yeah. So it was like,
all right. Sorry. I'm sorry. I digress.
Trayvon Henderson. What I'm telling you, that kid is. I know Glenn is happy. I know that's his guy, Glenn. Yeah. He's what a hell of a player and one hell of a person. So good on him.
I apologize, Phil. I apologize, y'all. You know what I'm saying? For the outburst. I just saw that run. I was like, damn, he did a Barry type of run, bro. He hit one. Oh, that was I'm happy for that kid, man. That kid is special talent.
And what a great win for New England, too, that is.
Yeah, I mean, they're like, you know, it's just like similar to, and we're about to go back to our stuff, but it's similar to
Taj. There'll be no fights in the stands today. Yeah, there better not be no fight. There better be no fighting in the stands today.
No. It's going to be similar to us, right? Get a new coaching staff with a young quarterback and just changing it off the fly in 1 year.
Yeah,
you know what I mean, they're arguably probably going to win the AFC North. I mean, AFC not the North, AFC East.
Yeah, because the Dolphins are going to beat the Bills.
Yeah.
And they've already beat the Bills.
Yeah. See, like that's so
the Bills won't sweep them. So that looks like
that's crazy.
That looks like they are going to win that division.
It's similar to what the turnaround. It's just I keep telling folks like who choose it don't matter who you choose, quarterbacks or whatever in a draft class or this, that, or the other. It's important, man, to have the infrastructure for your quarterback to play well. You know what I mean? Yes. I said this last year, and this is what I'm using the Drake May thing. I said this last year. Drake May didn't have no talent on the outside, and he still had a favorable rookie year. It wasn't a bad rookie year; it just wasn't the year that everybody else had. It wasn't the year that Jaden had or anything. But it wasn't bad. It wasn't bad. It just wasn't spectacular. You give him a coaching, you give him an offensive coordinator.
It goes to your point about the infrastructure. The infrastructure that held up for Jaden last year did not hold up this year.
Exactly.
And that's part of why
that's part of the reason. I agree. That's what I'm saying. It's important, man. That's why I'm like, people look at play and say, this is the reason why this person's playing bad. It's more, sometimes it's more than that. You know what I mean? It's just more than that. But let's get into who's your fantasy selection for today, George?
Well, I have to take a commander, don't I?
Yes, George, you got to take a commander. What are you doing?
I got to take a commander. This is tough. You know what? More in hope than expectation, I'll take Chris Rodriguez as a captain.
Look at you.
I'm glad he's a captain. This show has had a Chris Rodriguez agenda for a long time. I want to see him have a good day. We've been rooting for him, but everybody's been rooting for him because when he's got in there, he's done a good job, and he deserves more opportunity. Is it tomorrow or Tuesday? Either way, I can't wait for the cold front to get here in Florida.
You got a big cold. There's a cold front coming around your way?
It's supposed to be 43 low on Tuesday down here.
Damn. Tough.
I can't wait. I'm going to be so happy.
Man,
everyone's going to be freezing their tail off. It's
Paul
great.
Said Chris Rodriguez touchdown, Burks touchdown. I'm gonna try Treylon Burks. I think Treylon Burks gonna have a touchdown. I do. I think he's gonna be spectacular this game, man. I'm with that.
I mean, that's the thing. And here's the other thing: whether our receivers are healthy or not, if Treylon Burks keeps producing, let's get him more chances. Because let me tell you, if we can find something with Treylon Burks, that'll be at least one thing we've gotten out of this season, at the very least.
Yeah. So you do that. I think we're good. Treylon Burks. I think that's a player. I think he's going to do some spectacular things. 40. What is it? 43. Wow. What is he referring to? Somebody go 43.
I am not sure what he's referring to, unless he's talking about.
You saw one of these predictions. He's probably. You said 43, George. You said 43.
I said 42-17 is what I said.
Okay. Oh, 43 degrees. He's talking about 43 degrees.
Oh yeah, 43 degrees on Florida. Tuesday is going to be.
That's crazy. I'm not gonna lie. That's crazy.
No, the iguanas fall out of the trees at that temperature. They don't die, but they're just frozen.
The iguanas? What the hell? The iguanas? What's happening?
Yeah, the iguanas.
Oh, dang. Okay, now we're talking about holding. Okay, look, I don't live in Florida, man. Anytime I'm in Florida, I'm typically in Miami and Ocean Drive. I'm doing a lot of bad stuff around.
You outside there?
Not bad stuff like illegal, but you know what I mean. Anyway. Oh man, all right, man. We're about to close this show out. George and I gave y'all our predictions, but you know what? it's cool because we can all talk about this on the post game show. So make sure
That's
you pull
right.
up right after the game. We'll be on YouTube Live and IG Live. We'll also be streaming on the Urban Sports CX handle account as well. I mean, I ain't gonna lie to you, in a couple weeks, we should be able to be streaming on Facebook. So we'll be streaming on Facebook soon. So we're excited about that because we hit the quota and we're getting close to, you know, the days of what Facebook allows you once you create a page or whatever. So yeah, we'll be streaming live from Facebook pretty soon. But yeah, make sure y'all pull up
Nice.
right after the Commanders game. That should be roughly around 7:15. We'll be going live straight for it, and we'll be, you know, shooting the breeze. Yeah, Darnell, let's get it done, fellas. Commanders will be victorious today. Darn, I like yours. I love your
I hope
spirit.
so, Darnell.
I love yours because Darnell, I'm with you. We have a lot of negative people here today, man. I'm not gonna lie to you. They're very negative.
Guilty.
Hey, look at Paul. We'll have a post game at halftime. That's how bad Paul thinks it's going to be.
Honestly, we could have done that last week.
I know. Paul was trying to get me to do that. I ain't gonna lie. He kept chatting me. He was like, "Yeah, you should just do the post game now." I was like, "Damn, Paul, nah, we gotta wait this out, man. You gotta wait this out." Though it was a late game, I'm not gonna lie. Son, it is a late. I ain't gonna lie. I would have to think about that because, you know, games. If it's a late game, like, and they're getting blown out. Yeah, maybe I will have to decide do a post game during halftime.
At least we won't have to worry about that next week because we are going to be on early next week.
I know. That's how I'm happy. Oh, is that a 9:00 game?
9:30 a.m. baby.
Oh, that means a post game. Oh, dang. Oh, that's an early pregame show. Will people be up? Do we do a pregame show?
I'll be up. So if you want to do one before the game on Sunday, I will be up.
Hey, would y'all? Damn, 7 o'clock. It's 8 o'clock.
Oh, the Bears have just come back to take the lead. We got the Giants blowing another lead here.
I saw it. I told you Russ is the quarterback now, so now it's like, you know, it is what it is.
Oh, brutal
quarterback. You know what I'm saying? Caleb scrambled for a 17-yard touchdown. Tough. I will give Caleb credit. You know, a lot of people don't give him credit, and it's not like he's been clutch though, and like. He got a lot of game-winning drives. He got a lot of game-winning drives. Though, like you would say, like you gotta play better, you know, play better in the beginning of the game sometimes. But he has a lot of game-winning drives.
Yeah.
But yeah, man. So make sure y'all pull up. Anyway, make sure to continue to subscribe to all of our podcasts, all of our platforms. Also subscribe to us on YouTube. Hit that red subscribe button right now. All of y'all, just like this video. Just like it, so we can grow. You know what I mean? Continue to grow. We're trying to get to 1,000 subscriptions. We're getting there. So if y'all can help us get to 1,000 subscriptions, tell a friend. Continue to get this thing growing. You guys, we always say this. You guys make this this stream popping. You guys are it for us, man. Y'all make it what it is. So make sure y'all keep doing that. Anyway, you've been listening to All Burgundy and Gold, everything powered by the Urban Sports Scene and Fox Sports Radio, 96.9 FM and 1340 AM, Hopewell, Virginia. For ages, Yeti deuces, we are out.